Well, good morning. It's still good morning. I want to make sure before we start, how is this microphone working? Because I know Dan's worked very hard on it, so it's not, we felt it was bouncing off the wall a little bit, so fantastic. So fantastic, great job. So thank you for that. So thank you for being here this morning to celebrate many things. We sit in the middle of Nurses Week, and so we're here celebrating nurses. I can't believe how this room has been transformed, Governor. This was a cooking over here of making omelets, I think, for the entire organization. It was beautifully done. The chefs that I walked in on was Joanne, and I know you met Joanne earlier today, and I don't know if Kelly Campbell's in the room or not. Oh, right here, you snuck in. A nurse leader. So really, it was really awesome to help deliver. I'm not the cook, delivering those omelets to many places. So we're celebrating Nurses Week. Next week is Hospital Week. And although we're talking about nurses today, and certainly nurses are the center of the work with our patients, we have to have a team, a whole team that makes this all work together as one NMC family. So we're celebrating everyone today, as well as our nurses. So first, I know that most of you have met our Chief Nursing Officer, but how wonderful to have Dina Orfanides here as our Chief Nursing Officer. She already has kicked off shared governance. It's a new day for nursing. And so Dina, thank you, and thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. So what I want to say is I really feel honored and privileged that Governor Scott is here to celebrate nurses, and as Jill had said, launch our hospital week and so many of the great things that we are proud of in our NMC community. But on behalf of the 4 million nurses in the United States, in our nation, I just want to say thank you. Thank you from all of the NMC nurses and every colleague that what a privilege it is to lead this organization in the Chief Nursing Officer role. So great festivities planned for the week. 4:30 omelets, we'll be cooking again. Award ceremony tomorrow evening. Cookies, our Rise Vermont team. Cookies and tea, our Shared Governance Advisory Council did vote for cookies, but we likely will have fruit too. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dina. Love that spirit. And that balance, the Rise Vermont balance. So it is my great pleasure to introduce the Honorable Governor Phil Scott, who has chosen Northwestern Medical Center to share a celebration of the impact that nurses make in the care of this community. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you, Jill. And we went through the hospital on many different areas, and it's great to be here. You run a very, very good hospital. It's beautiful. I want to thank the entire team at Northwestern for having me here today as we celebrate Nurses Week. Protecting Vermont's most vulnerable has been a top priority of my administration since day one. And you've not only been a critical partner, but a role model in creating a community approach to healthcare. From your willingness to open a temporary treatment hub, which meant quicker access to treatment for those facing addiction, to developing Rise Vermont. And I see some Rise Vermont shirts here today. I wear mine when I'm biking. I was given one when we rode around the lake, I think it was last year, and I wear that proudly. I think it's a great mission, great opportunity for the state. It won't just make this community healthier, but it makes the whole state healthier. And NMC has been a leader in innovation, which is being replicated across our state. None of this, of course, would be possible without the talent and dedication of you, the nurses, and the reality is we need more of you. I know some of you may have heard me talk about Vermont's demographics and how it's affected our workforce. We've got about 15,000 fewer people working or looking for work than we did about 10 years ago. And healthcare is no different. In fact, as we get older, the demand on our system grows. So we need to find ways to get people into the workforce and back into the workforce. So that includes keeping people healthy. So whether it's continuing to fight the opioid epidemic or expanding healthcare services for our aging population, nurses are on the front line, providing care that really makes a difference. Your commitment to your patients, the hospital, and community is the reason we're celebrating you this week. For me, I try to thank at least one nurse every day, because as some of you may know, I live with one. My wife, Diana, is a nurse, so I see and hear every day how hard this job truly is and how dedicated each one of you are. Finally, to further recognize your good work, I'm officially proclaiming this week as Nurses Week in Vermont. And I'll take a moment now to read the proclamation. Now this is in Montpelier speak, so we add whereases to almost everything we say. So bear with me. Whereas, every day, nurses in Vermont care compassionately for patients and families of all walks of life at their most vulnerable times, making our state a better, healthier place to live and work. And whereas, in Vermont, there are 14,214 registered nurses, 2,135 licensed practical nurses, and 4,502 licensed nursing assistants, as well as over 900 advanced practice registered nurses who work independently and provide care to Vermonters in all settings. And whereas nurses make up the largest group of healthcare professionals in the United States, and whereas nurses execute their skills in a variety of environments, including inpatient clinics, schools, nursing homes, home care, and institutions, to name a few. And whereas nurses are important contributors to our healthcare, human services, and public health policies. Whereas nurses in Vermont possess specialized knowledge and skills encompassing the entire spectrum of nursing care and make valuable contributions to the health and wellness of all Vermonters. Now therefore, I, Philip E. Scott, Governor, hereby proclaim May 6th through 12th, 2019 as Nurses Week in Vermont. So I'll sign this right now. Nurses always help.
Yeah, we should. Kevin, Chelsea. Wait.
Move.
No, Kelsey.
Any other nurses?
No, nurses, please, around here. Kim, please, around here. They're too busy. Come on.
Jim, you're a nurse.
My goodness.
Both of you.
All right.
That's it.
Just pretend for a minute longer. Good, boss.
Now it's going to get the signing pen to Jill, but this is Nurses Week, maybe the longest serving nurse here, and I have a feeling I know who. Anyone else serving longer?
pleasure. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Well, Governor, it's an honor having you here celebrating with us today. We do have a healthy Rise Vermont approved snacks for everyone. So what's even wonderful about this organization is the opportunity to gather like this and to celebrate our greatness together. So thank you for coming out. Please stay and socialize and talk and really celebrate. Yes, celebrate nursing, but celebrate all the good things that we're doing here because it's just an amazing organization. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.